My name's Steve Lerman. I serve as the Provost of the university. I have responsibility for making sure that you have the absolute best educational experience that you can possibly have here at George Washington University. It's a responsibility and a privilege that I take very seriously. I work with the 10 deans of our 10 schools and colleges who report to me to ensure we bring on the best courses, the best faculty, the best co-curricular activities we possibly can. Student Support Services also reports through my office, and there we work to make sure that your housing and dining and other aspects of your life outside the classroom are also as good as they possibly can be. Somewhere in that about 40 courses, make sure you take time out to choose some courses in fields you know absolutely nothing about. Don't always stick with the things you know. So look through the catalog and take some time to pick something in a field, maybe you never even heard of the field, let alone know anything about it. The array of human knowledge out there is so much greater than you've been exposed to in high school. It is just fascinating and vast, the spectrum of things our faculty here at GW teach and that we offer for you to learn. So stretch yourself in terms of breadth. Make sure you get exposed to things you know nothing about. Look for an area that you already know something about and get into a sequence of courses in that field so that you get some sense of depth. One of our deans, Dean David Dolling at in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, has this vision or model for education in his school, which he says is like a T, like this. It's broad in some things, but every student should have a deep experience. It's what you do at GW outside the classroom. And President Knapp has already talked about some of the huge range of opportunities that are here for you. Some of you will be extensively involved in co-curricular activities or Greek life if you choose. These aren't just things that are fun, and they should be fun, of course. These are things that are integral to your education. It's there that you'll learn about leadership skills, much more. Leadership skills, we can teach you a little about it in a classroom setting, but real leadership skills come from being parts of groups and rising and becoming a leader. The best way to learn leadership isn't in the classroom, it's to lead. And co-curricular activities are a wonderful way for you to do that. We deeply believe in service here at GW. GW students serve the community, the world. They go out in a whole variety of ways. Many of them, our students are active in the District of Columbia, where there are a huge range of people in need who can benefit from your services. So for some of you, it will be the opportunity not to just go to classes, but to serve in some ways. In the context of being here at GW, make sure you get to know some faculty in a way that is outside the classroom. Along with co-curricular activities, leadership opportunities, service opportunities, one of my favorite opportunities for students is to undertake research. And a lot of undergraduate students don't think of themselves as being involved in research. But in fact, here at GW, it's one of the things we encourage strongly. And working with a professor on research can take many, many forms. So the traditional form, what we all think about is, a professor has a chemistry lab or a medical lab, and you go in and work as a lab assistant, which is fantastic. But we have faculty working in research in the social sciences where students help with data analysis, survey design, and data collection. We have students working in the arts and humanities and research, helping going to original source materials, finding new ways of looking at the Shakespeare plays, for example. We have just an enormous breadth of research experiences. And one of the great learning experiences when you do research is that you, for the first time for many of you, move from learning things that people already knew to finding out things nobody knows yet. That's what research is all about, right? When you take a class, for the most part, in a classroom setting, there's something the professor knows that you are there to learn. But it's something that's already known. When you become a researcher with a faculty member, nobody knows the answer. And so you're moving from the learning knowledge that people before you have already found out to learning something nobody knows yet. It also will shift your relationship with your professors. When, even at the most junior level, as an undergraduate research assistant or on a project or working with a faculty member, you transition from a student in the class to a colleague. The odds are there's more diversity here than where you came from your high school. And one of the wonders of a great university education will be being amidst students who are different from you, of different worldviews, different political views, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different racial, ethnic, religious backgrounds. Take advantage of it. I mean, it's not, if you're only huddling around with people who are like you, once again, you miss the point of the education. So you have had the good fortune to come to what I believe is one of the world's great universities. You have tremendous opportunities, but part of the responsibility for using those opportunities rests with you. It's our responsibility as a faculty to provide you with the best teaching, the best classroom experiences, the best extra co-curricular activities. You'll be able to think in different ways. You'll know different people. You'll be able to think globally. You'll be able to think critically. You'll be able to bring to bear new knowledge into the future. And most importantly, if we do our job right and you do your part, you'll come out with the ability to be a lifelong learner.